Welcome back to Nathan Bell's podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Today, Nathan would like to talk about his animation, UFO Abduction Dream, Journey to Ascobar.
Yes, well, I've been steady chipping away at a great children's animation. It's like a children's movie. I'm very excited about it. I think it's a bit like, feels a bit Disney, this one that we're making. Now, the backstory to UFO Abduction Dream, Journey to Ascobar is initially I'm employed by Reliability to animate and to create media content, and initially I was producing this animation as a music video for Michael, my employer, for one of his songs. Then it got put aside for a little while, and then Michael came back to me and said, if you want, you can continue producing this the way that you want to produce it, and you can make it along your story and how you want it to be, and we can split any money that's made from it down the middle 50-50. So it's a joint production now between myself as a private creator and Reliability as a private creating company. So it's great because Michael's given me full creative control over the project, and also I'm in a position where I can direct my animation media mentor Tajin Lee, who is assisting me with the project. I can direct Tajin to assist me to create this animation. So I've written a script for UFO Abduction Dream, Journey to Ascobar, which I wrote when I was working on it as a project for Reliability, and we have the script saved. It's quite a lengthy script. And now I'm in charge, and now I'm creating a lot of the concept art and creating some of the backgrounds and the characters and the story, and Tajin's helping me to animate it, and it's moving along very well, and I'm very satisfied with how it's going. So I feel like it's definitely got a very Disney feel about it. So I'll just take you through the story to UFO Abduction Dream, Journey to Ascobar. So there's a girl, she's like 16, 17 years old. She's at home, she's asleep one night, and then she wakes up and she sees lights outside the window, and she looks out the window and thinks, what are these lights? What are these lights? So she goes out into the backyard and she goes over to the bushes and she sees a UFO hovering in the sky. So she walks over to the UFO very interested, and then she gets sucked up by the UFO into the UFO by the beam, as you typically see in UFO abduction stories. Then she meets the aliens inside the UFO, and they show her a hologram of the galaxy and say, we will take you on an adventure to any star system you want to go in the galaxy. Then she points at a star system and she says, fine, and they say, fine, well, we'll take you to a planet there called Ascobar. And then they zip away across the galaxy and they travel through space. And I've done all this great animations using backdrops of the galaxy and different planets and stuff, and different Photoshop techniques to create them traveling through space. And Tajin has created a fantastic UFO, which is the UFO which she gets abducted into. And the UFO travels through space, and they come to this planet, Ascobar, and the aliens drop her off on the planet, and they give her a crystal timepiece, and they say, go for an adventure on the planet, and when the crystal starts flashing, come back to where we dropped you off and we'll take you home. So as the UFO drops her off, she adventures through a desert. She starts walking through a desert. There she meets a little alien farmer boy. He's a teenager as well. And he's a farmer, and he's farming this bizarre alien fruit. So she sees him, and they start talking. And I think, as I had it in the script, the aliens have given her telepathic ability, so she can communicate with the aliens that she meets. So she meets the little alien boy, and then he takes her inside his igloo house to meet his parents and his family. So she goes inside the igloo house and meets his parents and his family, and his parents say, oh, you must take her to meet the king at the faraway city of Ascobar, the capital city of Ascobar. So they say, you must take her to meet the king. So then he says to her, do you want to go and meet the king? And she says, yes, I'd love to meet the king. So they go outside to these two giant bees, because the aliens fly around on giant bees that have saddles on them. And they get onto the giant bees, and then they fly across the alien planet, and there's all this fantastic scenery. As they travel across the alien planet, we see all this alien plant life, and we see alien cows, different species of animals all moving around the landscape, and they fly across this planet. This scenery is just great. You're going to love it. And then they come to the tree city. It's this big tree city, and they land in the tree city, and then they get approached by the king's guards, who take them inside to meet the king. And then they meet the king, and the king goes, oh, this is fantastic. Look, it's this bizarre alien girl. We don't know what she is. We don't know where she's from. And then the king suddenly declares, "Oh, she will marry my son, the prince." And the girl, the human girl, the human girl is like, "Oh, I can't marry the prince. I don't want to marry the prince. I've got a family back at home on Earth. I didn't come here to do this." But the king doesn't give her any choice. It's all very Disney. It's about the king forcing the girl to marry the prince, and she gets roped into this relationship that she doesn't want to be in. So anyway, she gets forced into a wedding. Then the wedding happens, and she, the whole time, she's very upset about the whole thing. She doesn't want to marry the prince, but then the wedding happens, and she's forced to marry the prince, and then she tries to escape, and she uses the crystal timepiece to signal her alien friends, and then suddenly her alien friends come down in their spaceship from who they were just hovering above the planet, hanging around while she had her adventure, and they come down and rescue her. And when the aliens land in the Tree City, the king says, "Oh my God, the gods have come." Because the thing to understand about the aliens on the planet Ascobar is they're not technologically advanced. They're a primitive medieval species, so they don't know about technology. They don't know about spaceships. So it's these super advanced spacefaring aliens have abducted her and taken her to a planet where they're in a medieval period in history where they don't have spaceships. So she's not gone to a planet where there's spaceships and cities and super advanced technology. She's gone to a planet where the species is in a medieval period in their history. They don't have those things. So when the king sees the aliens in the spaceship appear to rescue her, the king says, "Oh, the gods have come, the gods have come, the gods have come." And the aliens get out of the spaceship and they say, "You must release her. She has to return to her own planet of Earth." And then, of course, the king agrees, and she boards the spaceship and they whisk her back to Earth, and then they drop her, they teleport her into her bed, and she's asleep because she's exhausted. Then she wakes up and she runs to the window to see if the UFO is still there, and it's gone, and she thinks the whole thing was a dream. That's why it's UFO Abduction Dream Journey to Ascobar. So we've made huge progress on UFO Abduction Dream Journey to Ascobar, and we're expecting to release it later this year. It's a joint production between myself as a private creator and Reliability. It's a very exciting production. I'd like to see it transformed and sell rights to it, to have it transformed into like a CGI children's movie. I think people are absolutely going to love it. Reliability is going to help with all the voiceovers, and we're going to use clients from Reliability to do the voice acting. But at this stage, we're coming towards the end of animating the project, and then we're going to have to spend a few months just assembling everything and getting it all perfect. And Tadjan has been a fantastic help with some of the animations, and I've done most of the concept art and the characters and the backgrounds. So I'm really excited for you all to see UFO Abduction Dream Journey to Ascobar when it's released later this year. I'm hoping later this year. So get ready for UFO Abduction Dream Journey to Ascobar. Drop a comment in the comment section about if you like animations and what sort of animated movies you like.